Yo, it's your boy Cousin Fury here, and today they just finally released the gameplay of the newest hero, Angela. It doesn't come out until next week as well as the new season, but they released a new hero and the patch notes. And so I kind of wanted to give my insight on how I think she's going to impact the meta, and also just like an ability breakdown, like just through watching the trailer of like everything I think that she's going to be able to do and her like full kit. Because just watching the trailer, it's kind of hard to understand like what's actually going on, how her kit's going to be used, how she's going to be played, and whether or not she's actually going to be good. You know what I mean? Because obviously in every trailer, they're going to make every character look hella good. They're going to make every character look like they're the most OP thing ever, you know, the greatest thing to touch Earth, or just like, you know, or be able to do things that like practicality-wise, they're not going to be able to get away with, you know? And so today, I'm going to be breaking it down so that way you have a better understanding of the newest hero when she comes out, as well as I'll go over the patch notes towards the end to see how like that affects current meta. So, hey, without further ado, bro, into the trailer, we got Angela. Now, I'm going to be pausing and breaking it down, so if you haven't watched this, like, all the way through, you know, I'm not trying to, like, milk your watch time, so you can watch it on your own if you want.
My birth and past
She looks sick, though. She looks sick.
Reclaim them each day.
Okay, so, obviously, she is a Vanguard. If you didn't know, she is a Vanguard, so she is a tank. She is a flying tank. A tank that can fly whenever and wherever she pleases, right? So that concept already, you're like, dang, that's insane. And so it's just going to be unique in the way you play her, because she's going to be genuinely, insanely different from every single tank in the game. Some tanks play a little bit similar, you know, certain play styles, but she's going to play ridiculously different. So as you can see here, she's in flight mode. She is able to permanently fly as long as she's in this mode. You'll see in a little bit, it's like a mode shift, but she's able to permanently fly into this mode. So here, also, let me up the quality to 4K. There you go. It's a little bit clearer, especially with the bars and stuff. So you'll see immediately that she has this meter in the middle of her screen, right? So this meter in the middle of her screen, I believe, gives her extra damage for her spear, which is her main primary fire in the air, which you're going to see here in a second. So she spears Iron Man, right? So she spears Iron Man. So spear is her primary fire while she's in the air. Just a big old spear. I want to say you're probably able to use it whether or not it has the meter, but the meter being fully charged is what makes it do more damage. It's kind of like if you play Overwatch, I forgot her name. Hold up. The Crescent Moon lady, you know what I mean, with her gun, where when it fully charges, it does more damage, but you could still shoot it when it's not. It's just you get the most value out of being a little bit patient. So you can see she takes out Iron Man with that. Then she pulls out her shield. Her shield seems like it's going to be pretty much carbon copy of Captain America. I want to say in the beginning here, it's 300? Here, let's see. I'll go slower. Yeah, it's 220 already here. I think it's a 300 health shield. I think it's legit just Captain America, where literally it's on her right click. She can just pull it out whenever, and then she can block. The interesting thing here is you can see that she builds her meter for the spear jab through blocking with her shield. So I think you just gain it passively as well as from blocking and like maybe doing other things. We'll see here right now. Immediately again. And then so she's always able to fly, right? But though, in order to go fast, I think she has a Human Torch kind of deal where you can see the meter here on the right, you know, where she's able to charge in, and then that's how you get that initial oomph of damage. And also, you're able to spear people. As you can see here, you spear it. It's also interesting to note that, how do you say it? There you go. So, okay, my bad. I was a little incorrect. It's not necessarily Human Torch, but it's on a 3-second cooldown. So it's not like you have it always, but it's pretty quick. What's interesting to note here too is there's no damage that she takes when she hits the wall. So this isn't like a Doomfist scenario where it's damage when she spears someone. You're really just shish kebabbing people to just displace them into the team fight, and also, you know, isolate them and just like do things of that nature. But immediately she's able to, you know, bully hella into a corner. She has her meter fully charged, and then boom, bonus damage straight in her.
Right to hell.
Again, yeah, they do a good job showcasing this right here. And also, I think, hold up, something interesting to note. Was she fully charged? Okay, yeah. So she was fully charged there, hit the spear, a little bit of damage on the venom, and then she immediately shifts and is able to shift up 2 people at once, taking them off the map.
Thoughts and prayers.
So obviously that specific scenario, who knows, depending on the map you're on, it might happen a lot. But what's really important to note is just displacing tanks in general, right? Let's say you're having a very, very hard time with, you know, dealing with the front line, being able to just use an Angela, get the tank out of the way in order for your team to like push, go forward fast. It's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be a little bit meta defining in my opinion. I'll keep going and then I'll explain a little bit more with meta. So here is where she finally gets down from the air. She's like, right, she's not permanently stuck in the air. It's like what I was saying earlier. She has 2 different modes. It's kind of like Blade, you know. She hits E and she's able to go down and then whip out axes. There's a lot of information though here. So when she goes down, you press E. It's an ability, right? Press E and it's an ability. She immediately puts down this little orb circle. And when she's doing damage with her little dual axes, which she gets when she's on the floor, it gives her bonus health. But what's super interesting to note is Punisher gets extra health right here on the right. I don't think a lot of people, let me move my face cam. Let me go back and move my face cam. So Punisher also gets bonus health. So I haven't seen anyone talk about that aspect of it. So that I think is going to be crucial in her actual like playing a tank role. So when she drops down, she drops a circle and she gets bonus health and gives it to her teammates as well. I'm assuming that are standing inside of the circle. I don't know if that's procced just by her doing damage, or if your teammates can do damage and they give you shield and they get shield. That's what's kind of still up in the air. We don't know yet. But that's going to be insanely powerful. Because in my head already, right? Let's say you're playing a choke or playing a corner. As Angela, you can displace someone. Let's say you're flanking, right? You flank, you displace them by, shish kebabbing them, putting them into your front line. Then you spear down. Let's say like you kidnapped a Luna. You and your team are already fighting this Luna. And then you also place this thing down to where now they have to come to you, and they have to come to you in your little orb, which is constantly giving you more shield, and your teammates are all able to brawl 10 times better. So, this character might be very, very good in that type of setting. Her axes seem pretty good. I don't know. Are they meter dependent? It doesn't seem like it's meter dependent like her spear. Again, yeah, this part of the trailer does a good job at showcasing kind of what I was talking about, of just, it's going to be a lot of kidnapping people. Kind of like how Thor was. I think I used to play Thor when I first played Marvel Rivals a lot, like in my first initial push to Eternity. I was a big Thor player, and I felt like the most underrated part of his kit was the kidnapping of other tanks, bro. The fact that you were able to just walk in, hey guys, I kidnapped Doctor Strange, and literally just completely displacing him for the rest of his team was insane. And I think this character is that to the maximus, okay? Because you can literally kidnap 2 tanks all the way to your backline, and it's basically wraps, bro. GG's. Obviously, Mag is going to be able to bubble that or whatever, but yeah. And then immediately, like I said, and they actually use it in the trailer, let's say you kidnap a Luna or kidnap 2 tanks at this point. Again, you go, then you place this down, and now you and your team have an advantage. While, the rest of the team is catching up. You get bonus health, you get all that good stuff, and you're just, you already basically won the team fight off of just that. It's basically an even easier Bucky pull, an even easier Thor kidnap, any kidnapping in the game. This is just that on easy mode and way more efficiency. They're showcasing all the kit here, going in the air, spearing here. And and that confirms that you don't need to have your charge built up in order to spear, because she didn't have any meter there. Okay. Yeah, she looks sick, bro. She does look sick. And then now it's time to show her ult off. So her ult, she throws a spear, and it is basically, of what I've seen, just a Mauga ult. If you played Overwatch, right? Mauga, he plays down this thing, he's like, no one leaves! And then you're trapped in a cage with a big shield. But in this case, obviously there's no big shield, but you do throw that, it's like a spear, and everyone that's in that radius is tethered, and they cannot leave it, I'm assuming until they break the spear in the middle, right? And so this is essentially a brand new combo ult. So it's not as good as Groot's, to where you place it down and literally everyone's chilling there in a little circle. But it's super, super good for comboing literally anything. You combo that, boom, Black Panther can take advantage of it. Thor can take advantage of it. Just every single DPS in the game take advantage of it. I think that radius is basically as big as Bucky's ult, so Bucky can just go again. So her ult seems really good in my opinion. And even she can take advantage of it herself. As you can see here, she dashes into her ult and is able to just do damage. Obviously, they're gonna showcase her, all of the AI, they're gonna look bots. No one's gonna fucking fight back. But even I think she's gonna be able to take advantage of her own ult in those scenarios. But for sure, you're gonna be one of comboing. It's like her, boom, her and Blade. Dude, this combo plus Blade, bang, everyone's legit dead in that shit. It's like a Groot ult. And especially with Blade being able to get so much ult charge, if you have a comp with her and Groot, you know what I mean? I think that might be shown a lot. Her and Groot. Because then you have 2 of the big bang combos that can combo with pretty much every character in the game. And you just cycle teamfight win after teamfight win after teamfight win. I think she definitely has a place in the meta. Okay, and then they show this combo with Thor. Yeah, so it's like a good showcase. Obviously, again, perfect scenario. But
Overconfidence
yeah, let me move my webcam back.
will destroy you.
So yeah, that's the trailer. I hope I was able to explain everything pretty well. And also explain like the intricate nuances. Her kit just seems blatantly good, to be completely honest with you. I don't think she's one of those characters where people are just going to pick up, play, and instantly start like going ham. More so in high elo, maybe in low elo. I'm not gonna lie to you, but her kit seems insanely versatile. I'm not even gonna say it's super duper high skill. Obviously it is, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of skill expression in this kit, but she just has things for everything. She has displacement. She seems like she has decent damage. She seems like she has good, what's called peel for her teammates, because if you can, again, a good example of peel is that ring ability, right? Let's say you know, your teammate supports are like, yo, please, for the love of God, help me in the back line, right? You can immediately just fly back, go down, drop the circle thing, and then do damage and give them shield. You know what I mean? So she has peel, displacement, frontline ability with that same ability. She has a shield. You know what I mean? I think her kit is just insanely versatile. I think the only thing that could prevent her from being really meta is being, you know, a jack of all trade, master of none type of thing, to where she is not the most tanky. She is not the best at peeling. She is not the most, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. I think the reason why that won't come into play is that she's going to be a flying tank, and no one else can serve that role but her. And she is just the best in the entire game at displacement, being able to kidnap tanks, move people around. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you have good communication, this character also with dive is going to be disgusting, bruh. Imagine you are a support in the back line and you see fucking Spider-Man and then a goddamn tank angel with wings mecha coming from the fucking right side flank. What do you do? Real shit. What do you do? Hey, help, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys, I'm kind of getting dived by Black Panther, Angela, Hulk. Like, I think she's going to be a really, really good dive tank. So overall, I don't think she's going to be oppressive in the meta, but I think she most definitely will have a spot in the meta because she serves a role that no one else serves, even if her kit was slightly worse, and it's not. So therefore, I think she will be kind of meta. Just not super duper hard meta. Maybe certain maps she won't get as much value, certain those things, certain matchups she's not going to be good against other tanks or other DPS. She seems like she is pretty easily burstable down, you know what I mean? I think you need really good positioning to play this character. I really, really do not think you can do a lot of the things that was shown in this trailer in higher elo or anyone that's going to punish you. But her kit is very versatile, and I think she has the ability to be really, really, really good in this upcoming season. And she looks really fun. I think that's the most important part, is it's a Vanguard, not a new DPS, because I think Daredevil will be, and she looks fun as well. You know, and I think she seems fun to play against, except for if you're support. If you're support, I apologize, bruh. I'm being completely honest with you. Okay, as well, if you want to stick around for this portion, I'm going to go over the patch notes a little bit to kind of see how the meta is going to be influenced a little bit. Okay, so patch notes. So Captain America removed team up anchor bonus 5% damage boost. So he's just getting a slight damage reduction, which is fine. It doesn't really, you know, change the fact that he's kind of annoying to play against. But the Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme is now casting faster, but he's trading with his survivability for offense. Dude, I swear to God, I mean, no hate, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you got to just see how certain things play, but they've flip-flopped, like, making it more tanky and making more damage, like, 8 times, I feel like. So, reduce Maelstrom and Madness cooldown, but reduce base health from 600 to 575. Okay, I like that. I like that change, me personally. Emma Frost, White Queen's control survivability getting a little less unbreakable. Increase Diamond Form cooldown, and then reduce telepathic pulse energy gained while hitting shields. Okay, that's fine. Emma, from the day she came out, I thought she was blatantly broken, bro. I remember getting insane farming MVPs, like, obviously the day she came out. And since then, she's only been getting nerfs, but I think all of them are very reasonable. I don't think people understand how kidded this character was when she first came out, bro. Okay, Penny Parker. Enemies caught in Penny Web or stick your situation. Spider drone effect now slows for 8% for 2 seconds. Each hit stacks. Okay, I like the Penny changes. I'm not a big Penny player, so I'm going to be honest. I can't really give necessarily the most feedback on this, but I definitely think this can make her a little bit more viable. Thor. The God of Thunder's ultimate is getting an upgrade. So he has more movement speed, and then after stun surrounding enemies for 1 second. Okay, so they finally actually gave his old utility. That's pretty good. I'm actually not going to lie to you. That's pretty good. This won't avoid any scenario of you blowing the fuck up when you go into your ult. So this does not affect your survivability at all. But getting your ult off, no matter what now, it's going to provide value rather than you just only using it for kills and for damage, which is pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, as a tank, I think every tank should provide value in other ways other than damage and kills with their ultimate. You know what I mean? Okay, Duelist, Black Panther. Survivability after striking a marked enemy is now less kingly. Okay, so we're just going to... Okay. Bonus health is 30 to 25, and reduced base health is 300 to 275. Bet. There's your nerfing, my boy. Hey, they buff Blade. They buff Blade. The Daywalker sword's got a little sharper melee damage. Increased ancestral sword damage per single slash from 22 to 24. That's going to be pretty good because that's only going to multiply more and more with his other form where he's slashing faster, getting more health, all that shit. So it's going to feel nicer. I like that change. Magic. Holy cow. They give her a lot. She lost her team anchor bonus. So she got rid of 15% damage, but they're buffing everything else. So reduced charge time required for Magic Slash. Nice. So she can be able to do the combo faster. Magic Slash no effect. Now pierces enemies and reduces stepping disc cooldown. Interesting. Okay. And then increased damage. Increased world damage. I like that one actually a lot. Increased demon's range. And increased melee normal attack damage. Okay, bet. And then during Darkchild. Damn. Dude, Magic might be pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie to you. They just buffed every like. I like this obviously more than before, you know, where like they just gives her more utility, more everything. At like I have a good amount of hours on Magic. This makes me want to honestly play her even more because I'm not going to lie to you. She seems a lot more viable in more situations. Like I'm a big fan of getting rid of a flat percentage of damage for just making her entire kit better, bro. She seems like she's gonna be pretty good. Blade. Spectre's Blade is now Moon Charge for maximum chaos. Moon Blade now holds up to 2 charges, each taking 6 seconds to recharge. Am I tripping? Oh, it should. Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know if that's going to make him necessarily any more viable, but good little flat buff. Psylocke, decrease the retrieve damage of wind. I think she needed that to reduce some breakpoints of one-shot combos for like higher health characters. Yeah, I think that's a good nerf. Scarlet Witch, Wanda's ability and ultimate are getting a magical upgrade. See, I thought this. I was like, bro, the ult's already so hard to hit. Why don't they make it infinite damage? So they are. So now it's going from 800 damage to 99999. Because I remember if you were a Groot or a tank and you were on the very outer edge of it, you would just live sometimes. Like you would just straight up just live. Or just shield, you know what I mean? The fact that like some shields wouldn't die from a Wanda ult. I was like, what? So I really like that. Can now be healed by teammates using Mystic Projection. And the new effect now pulls in near enemies during cast charge. Whoa. That could end up being kind of good. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I think that's going to prevent people from hiding behind walls if you place it in a certain area. That's a good buff. I think low elo is about to get terrorized, but that is a good buff. Less of menace from afar, reduced damage from increased damage, blockade, increased mammal bond, cooldown. Okay, I like that a lot. Make it so there's less brainless spam from distance, and then you need to be at least a little bit closer to get the max value. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's not going to really change the way she plays. But I like the nerf on the team up. Winter Soldier getting handy improvement to close quarters. Trooper's Fist new effect. Second strike now plays a 1 second debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using mod. Oh! They actually give you utility other than just using it with cap every single time. I like that. Nice. Gives them a little silence. Okay, Invis Woman, Sue's Storm Control and Ultimate abilities just got more fantastic. Increased slow effect to enemies passing through Guardian Shield from 30 to 35%. Increase Invisible Boundary, healing, and then new effect slows enemies within range by 20%. Interesting. Okay. I like it. I like it. Just giving her a little bit more utility, making her feel a little bit more oppressive in the areas that she should feel oppressive in. And I want to say they give her a buff last patch too. I think they really want Invisible Woman to be meta. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think the slow effect on her ult will matter, to be honest with you. Okay, I like it. Jeff's ult leaves a healing pool after use. Now leaves an immediate healing pool at the point of activation 100 per second. Oh shit, they actually... Dude, that might be insane. Like, that might be disgusting. Dude, that's a big one. Dude, if you're a Jeff player, holy shit. Because that means you can use kind of the ult in just like an actual utility way sometimes. So you don't have to like abandon your entire team or like do some crazy shit. Or yeah, and then also solo ulting's gonna be insane value because your team can just stay in that pool behind. Dude, that's a really, really, really good buff. Holy shit. Loki, less damage, healing, and ultimate ability. God bless America. I think I've said day one he was technically speaking the best support in the entire game, and it's only been nerfed from here just to keep him in line, bro. I'm not saying they should kill the character. I think he's insanely fun. He's one of my favorites. But like from a pure balance standpoint, like it needed to be done, bro. It needed to be done. Luna Snow, reduce fate of both worlds, ultimate ability duration. God bless. Dude, the fact that they read this though, see, we do nerf her, brother. You've done a nerf that you should have done from season 1. I remember, dude, the way they could have ended the triple support meta, just make the ults last less long, bro. That's all you have to do. Because it makes your team be more active, and it makes it so you can at least wait a little bit, and you're not just waiting for 30 seconds per team fight. I don't know why it took them this long. Mantis. Movement boost from nature's now decays to 0 after 2 seconds after being hit instead of instantly disappearing. Oh, nice. Calm little change. Ultimate ability new effect deals 125% damage to bonus health. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's like a cool little... Yeah, I'm cool with that. Bet. And then team ups, Angela Thor, which is going to make her an anchor. That'll make Thor a little bit better. Adding magic to the Doctor Strange one, again, reinforces the idea that I think magic's going to be pretty good in this next season. And then Gamba Charge, adding Black Panther to that, I truly believe that fool's going to be perma banned. Hulk is. BP, maybe still, you know? Dude, that fool Hulk is about to be perma banned. So if you're a Hulk main, bro, praying for you, bruh. And then Doctor Strange Scarlet, reduce sorcery explosion damage upon hit from 12 to 6. That's chill. I don't know if they needed to do that, but that's chill. Bet. Okay, so that's all the balance changes. I hope I went over everything to like a decent extent, and I hope, you know what I mean, it was there to give you a nice refresher and a little preview for what the meta is going to be like in this next upcoming season. I think overall, good changes. I'm not going to lie to you. Overall, good changes. I don't think we're genuinely going to be able to tell how overtuned certain characters are, but I think I like the direction of every single one of these changes. I like the direction they put on some of these characters because I think Doctor Strange, I think the game is always in a good place when he's meta, so I'm cool with the buffs and like things of that nature. I think with Cap, they didn't really do anything to make him less annoying, but like that's whatever. Like I mean, it doesn't really affect me. More so a healer player thing. The Loki, the only one, dude, Jeff might be disgusting. Can't even lie to you. Jeff might be disgusting. But that's like my like dark horse take. But yeah, hey, that's Angela all her kit, and then the buffs upcoming season. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, bro. Hope I was able to give you guys a good high level preview of what the next season might be like. But until next time, bro, I'll catch y'all later.